Welcome back to Soul Food. This episode is brought to you by friends and family at Soul. Today we've got another new friend.
Yay!
Hi everyone.
Kezia.
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 No.
Bro. Kezia.
Kezia.
Yes.
Or Aking Cinta.
Yes, Aking Cinta.
That's her nickname, right? And another friend of ours from the land of Philippines.
Woo! The land of Adobo.
Adobo.
No, Cebu is
Lechon.
Sorry.
Right. But yeah, thanks for joining us today, Chin. Maybe you want to give a brief introduction about yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Chin Kezia Layam. I am from Philippines, specifically in the island of Cebu.
Ooh.
How old are you this year?
19.
Woo! I don't know why we are giggling. Okay, today we brought Chin on an interesting topic for this conversation.
I love this topic.
I don't.
We are not going to
Specific.
filter it. Situationship. Situationship.
Are you ready, Chin?
Ready or not?
According to Chin, she's a professional.
No, I wouldn't consider myself a professional.
Right. So, why we want to have this conversation, because we had this conversation before and you briefly mentioned like, oh yeah, I was involved in situationships. And thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
And again, for Soul Food, we want to learn.
Yeah.
And this approach for this episode is teach me Senpai. Like,
Yes.
teach me and
Yes.
Caroline, to help understand, what you and your peers, especially this generation, what's going on. Situationship has a bad rap, right? Like you are getting to know, you want to or getting to know someone without any strings attached.
Yeah.
And then in fact, maybe situationships could be prolonged. The key ingredient here is no commitment.
Yeah.
Right? You want to know someone, you want to have the benefits of a relationship, someone that listens to you, someone that would, make you feel like you've got butterflies in your tummy, but you don't want to go
Yeah.
anyone. So
Yeah.
Don't want to go further.
I want to be very honest. I've never experienced situationship, right, for myself. So, maybe you and Karen.
Can I get out of
I don't want to make it sound bad and all, but because for me, like, I see it from a positive view as well. Like, hey, if I'm not ready for the relationship, why not? I just get into a situationship,
Yeah.
right? You save the heartbreak, I save the heartbreak. But what are your thoughts, Chin, on this?
For me, though, my perspective is dating is different from situationship.
Okay.
Because dating is like after the talking stage, right? You go through phases, like example, attraction, and then getting to know each other, and then the exclusivity talk, the honeymoon phase, and all of that. But situation, on the other hand, is like mostly
Yeah.
only one party wants to continue, usually.
Oh.
But one party doesn't want to.
Okay.
Or it could be like both parties just know that it's just
So
casual
usually
talking.
in which position are you at?
It's a mix though.
Okay.
It depends on the person that I'm talking to at the moment. But yeah, I think situationship is like borderline. It's like this. So it will continue, but it doesn't progress.
Please expand that. This is nice. It will continue, but it doesn't
It
expand.
doesn't, yeah, it doesn't progress.
Oh, progress, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
So like in dating, right? So you talk, this is your talking stage. And then you go to dates. The first date is actually for me already dating, especially if you still continue on with these dates, like getting to know each other and all of that exclusivity talk, like what
Right.
are we?
Yeah.
So those are like phases of dating.
Right.
But in dating, even if you arrive like in the peak and then
Yeah.
you say, you decide that, oh, actually, I don't want to continue with this. For me, that's still dating, but past tense. So you dated that person, but you
Okay.
just decided that it doesn't click.
Okay.
But in situationship, it's like, okay, we do this, we do that, but eventually there's no end goal. There's no end game. It just continues to like drag along.
Yeah.
Right.
It looks like in the intention, the difference.
Yeah.
But do you
Right.
think that people who are in the situationship, do you think they actually realize? Do you think they actually know that they are actually in it?
I think now people actually are doing it on purpose now.
Right.
Like, okay, let's be flings. Or like, okay, let's continue doing
Really?
this casually. Yeah.
Like you verbally say that to the other person?
Yeah, a lot of people actually do that nowadays, and that's why it's become like really trendy. Like, why would you willingly go into this, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of other people, for example, maybe they don't want to commit, or maybe
Right.
they're afraid of committing. So
Yeah.
maybe they think like, right now I'm just playing along, or this is an experimental phase. Maybe we'll just continue to develop this into a relationship. But then some people just remain stagnant in that place.
Okay,
You know.
the thing that baffles me is this, and please teach me. To be in a situationship also requires a certain level of commitment, right? Because you cannot say there's no commitment at all. You still have to text that person. I think there are feelings involved.
I think feeling is involved,
Right, feelings
but I don't think there
involved,
is.
right? So what is like commitment like for a situationship?
I think because you know the trend nowadays where people are like, oh, if I talk to him, he's gonna think like I'm easy, or like if I go chase him, oh, I'm gonna be like in the awkward position. No, I don't want to do this. I want to be like the hot girl. I want to be like the it girl. Like I'm not
Hard to
chasing you.
get.
Hard
You're
to get?
chasing me. Yeah.
Okay.
Like you want to be the hard to get, and I think. Why? Like, why do you do that, bro? Like, why do you demean yourself into
Right,
that
right.
level just to go into something like that? So, I don't know. I think it really depends on the person, but usually it's become really prevalent these days.
Right.
I have a lot of curiosity, really. I have a question. Have you been in one?
Of course, I wouldn't be here if I hadn't been in one.
Babe,
So,
we brought her here.
Yeah,
She's
another question.
subject
Another
matter
question.
expert.
I have to repeat this question again.
Okay.
So, in your experience, so were you the one who is not having the intention to continue, or were you the one who actually the victim in it?
I have
you've
been
been
both sides, but there's this, I will tell you, right? I think you cannot be in a situationship unless at least one person either compromises their integrity or the other compromises their self-esteem. And usually, I'm the one who compromises my integrity. Because like I said, right, a trend. And I became part of that. And I became proud of that. Like, oh, yeah, I've been talking here. And then my friends would like, huh, weren't you talking with this other guy before? I said, yeah, but like that's last week. So it becomes like that, right? So I think now I'm realizing that why? Why did I do that? Like,
Right.
why did I go to the point of putting my pride first before my morals?
I listen, I don't judge.
So was it an exciting thing? Like, I mean, back then, like when you were in a situationship and when your friends ask you about it, like, was it like a dopamine inducing kind of like, yeah, you're validating what I'm doing, right?
Yeah, it's like when the bros, right, they talk like, oh, hey, what's your body count? It's the same as that, but it's more casual.
Body
Right.
count.
Like, if someone asks you, like, what's your body count? And then you'll be so proud.
For
to, like,
guys, be like that, right? But,
yeah.
but this would be
for
like,
This
girls-
one, it's more like, I think, I don't know in the other countries, but in the Philippines, it's become like something worth taking pride for. Like, yeah, I've dated a lot of guys. Yeah, I've talked to a lot of
so
guys.
for example, it's like, hey, so how's Emmanuel? That's yesterday.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I am so sorry to tell, but I have talked to a lot of people in the span of just 1 month. Different people.
Right,
I really
right.
listen, I don't judge.
Right,
No,
right.
because
Yeah.
that's why I was like, I think we don't have this kind of label or this kind of term of situationship in the past. My
Yeah.
time before I met you.
Yeah.
But I have to.
Do you need
I have
water,
to say, no, it's okay. I have to say sorry
Okay.
that I think in the past I've been in a lot of situations.
Oh my God, really?
But you didn't
You know
know.
everything. You didn't know. No, I think I know.
You were doing it
I just-
consciously, but you didn't want to like say it out loud.
Yes, because I think in the past
Yeah.
it is more taboo. Because that's why I was surprised when you say actually you have a conversation with the guy that let's be in a situationship. Because like in the past, right, we are not going to be that open saying it. I mean, in the context of Asian culture for Indonesian like
Right.
us, I wouldn't tell him that hey, we are in a situationship, but somehow I kind of like the attention. I kind of need that kind of companion
Yeah.
and
Right.
friendship. Not really friendship, but that kind of
Yeah, yeah.
companion.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not sure if he is the person that I want to commit with.
yeah.
But at the same time, the things that I didn't know much, maybe I know, but I refuse to admit, is that I'm actually hurting that person,
Yes.
and I'm actually not. I'm actually treating him as less than a human.
Yeah.
So, Chin, like you say that to that person, right? Like, you know what? Let's be in a situationship. What actually that guy reaction or response to you when you say that? Or maybe what was your response to him when he said that?
I haven't been asked that.
Okay.
Personally, I'm the one who usually but
Right.
not like directly like, it's been a situation,
Okay.
more of a roundabout way, like
How
you get
is
to
that?
start talking and then all of a sudden you just realize like, this isn't going somewhere, but we still keep on connecting and then you're
Right.
like, it's okay, it's kind of like an ego boost.
Okay.
And like you said,
I
right?
agree.
Yeah, and like you said, I think situationship is basically more than friends, but less than a commitment.
More than friends, less
But
than a
less than
commitment.
commitment.
So basically, it's an approach where it fits what I want.
Yeah.
So that means, like, correct me if I'm wrong. So what I'm hearing is like, when I feel like texting, you better reply.
Or it's not that you better reply, but you have that, ego inside you that, it's okay if I text him, he's gonna reply, I know. Something like that.
Oh, okay.
But like when you decide to be in it, right? You say just now, right? Some people, because they are afraid of commitment or afraid of labels. But what was your reason to be in it?
Maybe, I think mostly because of, not really trend, but kind of borderline bandwagon. Like, a lot of people are doing this, let's try. And then you get addicted to that feeling or like the dopamine, You get really addicted to that and then you just don't realize that you're actually fogging your vision and that you just keep on going again and again and jumping into these things without realizing how toxic you're becoming.
But can situationship be something? I mean, I'm hearing from what you're sharing, both of you, from a position of like where it's a very self-centered position, right? But I'm thinking, is it right to even say like using situationship for a healthy approach, which is like, what if I got no chemistry with you, but I want to just try out first. I don't want to put a label to it. So let's get into a situationship first. Does it work that way?
Yeah, I think a lot of people actually do that. It's like experimental phase. Like you said, right? You want to go inside something, but not expect anything in return or like most especially the hurt.
Yeah.
Like you want to go inside this, but you don't want to appear hurt or you don't want to go out feeling hurt. So you just think like, it's okay. I'm just doing this because, experience.
Right.
To be honest, if let's say I put myself in that shoes, the person who I did the situationship before, I wouldn't like it though. I mean, like you're saying, is there any good about situationship? Honestly, looking at it, it sounds like a pure selfishness.
Yeah, it is.
And can you imagine, like, it's like putting me as on a test, like on a like a lab rat, like whether this works or not. But to be honest, like in the past, right, there's no trend like this.
Yeah.
Like for me, why I did that, because honestly, I think it's like something like a childhood trauma. I don't know. Like for me, it's like I never feel settled in my life. Like I told you that before I met you, I never feel settled. That's why I'm in a lot of situationship before. Looks like I'm in a lot of relationship. But I'm telling them I'm not in relationship with them.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, but to my friends around me, they will think that Caroline, you're in a relationship with them. But I think no. But actually, it stops when I met him.
Wow.
Seriously,
God
like
bless your soul.
Sup, girl?
no, really. Like we have this conversation in a few of our dates. Like, what makes you settle with me? Like, what makes you wants to be with me? And I always tell him that, babe, when I'm with you, you give me this feeling that I don't need to search anymore. Because before
Safety.
that, I've been searching. Chin, like always something is missing. But when I was with you, I felt that okay. This is it.
Yeah.
But another thing that is very important is the way you treat this connection. I remember that when I met another guy before, they never give me an assurance that they actually chose me. But I can felt that he chose me because he didn't give me, okay, I have
I
this.
chose you.
I have this bad attitude, bad behavior of that time is what is saying teman. Friendly. What do you call that? Some of my friends, like we are close, like friend zone. I make someone in the friend zone. he didn't give me a chance to put him in the friend zone. Like, I think somehow situationship happened when both party actually allows it. So it didn't happen to us because the guy did this party. He didn't allows me. He didn't give me that chance, a space to actually do that.
Yeah.
He gave me assurance right away.
That's nice.
So looking at it, I don't know.
This comes from a space of like, if I'm something I'm learning today, it's that risk. I think situationship does not involve risk. It's a lot about like playing it safe.
Yes.
But like when you said the word assurance comes with risk.
Yeah.
I'm risking it for you. I'm risking my heart. I'm giving my heart to you. I don't know how is it going to be like. You might break it. You might hurt it, but I'm risking it,
Yeah.
And I think that makes a relationship. Like I said, I'm really learning a lot today, about situationship. I've been hearing this word thrown around, and thanks, Chin, for enlightening me.
You're welcome.
For me, my issue is, and I think this is also worth having a conversation another day. My issue was, I had a savior complex. I was like, I want to save the day. So when I date someone back then, it's like I go all the way in and like, do whatever it is. The rough language would be like, be a puppy, whatever you want, whatever makes you happy,
Okay.
And so that was my posture.
Did you have that
right
with
then.
me?
No, I think I learned to be better. Like dating Caroline, I was like, I don't want to mess this up. So like okay, going back to the word risk, right? And how it's not a situationship. I had to deal with that fear when I confront her about a bad attitude or a bad habit. I had to okay, she's not going to leave me. She's not going to break up with me. Because back then I used to carry that fear. I want to agree to everything that person say because I'm afraid of that person dumping me. You don't love me anymore. Like I had this very weird kind of love. So I entered into this savior complex. Let's try to save the day. I'll do whatever it takes, and everything. But with you, babe, I had to learn, and had to, I guess the word is man up. And okay, babe, I love you, but that's wrong.
Yeah.
And we have the arguments, right? We have arguments.
Yeah.
And the arguments was hard for me in the beginning because oh no, here we go.
Here we go again.
There's a breakup coming up, you know what I mean? And I had to deal with that. But, I thank God that the past 10 years of our marriage, together for 15 years, you also have allowed that space, for me to, give my all. And I think I've never experienced situationship with you. So that's why I say today I think hearing from you and what situationship is all about. And thanks for educating me. Because now I know that situationship is not like a pre-dating kind of thing because there's no risk
It's
involved.
different.
Right?
Different.
You distinguish this, right?
Yeah.
But you're saying just now, right? There is no consequences, right? There is no if people be in situationship because it's not risky.
Yeah.
But I mean, being in it before, you be the one who actually initiated the thing, right? It's not true, right? I mean, what do you?
Okay.
How do you
How
feel?
about this?
What does it make you feel?
Let's spell it out. Let's spell out the things that makes a situationship. Because the worst thing is can you imagine? I thought I was in a relationship with you. No, you're in a situationship, right?
No. That actually happens a lot, I think. Yeah.
The guy feel that they're in a relationship with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's spell out a situationship. Like what are the ingredients, a recipe that makes a situationship? Let's go.
It's different per person because from the word itself, situation. So it depends on the situation.
Oh my
so I
gosh.
can't really describe
Okay,
it.
in Chin's past
Yeah.
recipe. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe for me, right? I initiate and then we go on. It's like you have this feeling that you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
It's something like that. It's basically depends on your feelings, You feel like you're in this, maybe a little bit of the butterflies, and then you feel like, oh, he's always in my beck and call. Oh, I can text him anytime. Oh, I can update him. It's like the feeling of, for example, Lara, she's in a relationship. She always updates her boyfriend. And then, for example, for me, if I had a situationship, and then I keep updating, hey, I'm here right now. Hey, I'm here. Hey, look at this. It's I have someone who's there with me also, but without the title,
So what is
very
that?
casual.
What is that line drawn? So for example, Lara could be doing the same thing, right? To her boyfriend, she's sending photos and all, and you could be doing the same thing. But what makes it a situationship then? Because you're putting in the effort as well.
Maybe because there's this unconscious, let's say, like Caroline said, there's no assurance. No one has ever said like,
There is no
you know
moment.
what, let's do this.
Yes, there's no moment like, Chin, do you want to be my
Yeah.
girlfriend? There's no
There's
moment
no
like
like
that.
that.
That's why last time, right, it was a big thing for me. There was this relationship I had before you that I asked my ex-boyfriend like, so are we together already? When is our anniversary? And like the other person, for him, I think a situationship is a new thing for him. He was like, why do we need this? I thought we are already together. But for me, it's like
No.
important, like because we don't know. Like
Yeah.
I think in the end of the day is the intention,
Yeah,
our
yeah.
own intention.
Right,
Like
right,
how
right.
do we feel about this relationship? There are a few times in the past, right? I have like a friend from the past who told me, "Hey Caroline, this guy is your ex, right?" No, I'm not. But this person said that this you are his ex. And I'm like,
Oh.
Yes.
in the
see.
past, I don't know that this is a situationship. I just know that I'm not. I am not giving you
My best.
label. But okay, being in a situationship before, my curiosity is, how does it make you feel by the end of it? Like,
When it actually
you are
ends.
yes.
When it actually ends, right? Before before I was introduced to you guys, or like, let's say, being a good person or being a religious person, not a religious person, but someone who's actually trying to be better.
Yeah.
Like I said before,
We're all trying to be better.
when
Yeah.
you're in, like I said before, when you're in a
Yeah.
situationship, it's either at least one of you compromises your integrity,
Yes.
or compromises your self-esteem. And since I was the person who usually compromises my integrity, at that time I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. So like every time it ends, even if maybe I will feel hurt, because what if I really got into a connection with that
Yeah.
person, but we eventually grew apart and ghosted each other or something like that. Sometimes maybe I would feel hurt, but then I would tell myself like, it's not that important, it's okay, I can just find someone else. And you eventually actually find someone else.
Right.
And like I said, you get addicted to that feeling. And so when you get addicted or get used to it, it becomes mundane. And then when it becomes mundane, it's really hard to move on from it. It's very
Right.
hard to let go of something like that. So for me, every time that happens, I would just think, it's not a big deal, Like, I don't really care. But now, personally, now I had this one situationship. He's someone from Malaysia.
Okay.
When I just came here. But anyways, yeah, we
Yes.
talk. And then I suddenly ghosted him. At that time, I was like, I didn't really feel anything. But now when I'm reflecting on myself and I'm trying to be a good person, I don't want to be fogged by my shame or my pride.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to really like, did I really do something mean? Like, should I do something? But
Right.
now I'm really, every time I go somewhere where he lives, near that place, I always think like, oh God, is this your way of telling me to say sorry?
Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
because I've been going there like a lot of times now, and every time I go there, I'm like so conscious. Like,
Right.
what if we accidentally, miraculously see each other? And I'm like, what do I do? Should I hide my face? And so that shame comes in, And then before, I wouldn't feel like, if it was me before, I would go into that, or like if I see that person that I was in a situationship with, I would just be like, I don't care. I'm unbothered, unbothered queen.
Right.
But now, if I saw that person, now that I become enlightened about what I've been doing, now I feel this shame, and like you're really conscious now. Like, you know what? I should say sorry. Like it really
Right,
tugs
right.
now to my heart. Like, it's why did I sacrifice my integrity, my moral, and my values for something that's like
so
a feeling?
good. That's so good. That means, right? It's no longer a situationship when you really address what's happening in the
Yeah,
internal.
yeah.
And man, thanks Shin for being so raw and
Yeah.
honest about this, because I think a lot of people avoid this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you've done something wrong, like just say sorry.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
it's
like this sort of
hard.
thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's so hard. Like I want to protect my face. I want to
Yeah.
protect it's my pride, right?
It's my
You know,
pride.
that sort of thing. But you mentioned about, how situationship is one, it would be a compromise of integrity. The other would be a compromise of self-esteem. Do you mind elaborating on the compromise of the self-esteem?
Self-esteem, maybe if you're the example, you're the victim, but sometimes you do know that you are the victim. Like, oh, I know that I'm just, the one who's feeling something. But then you compromise your self-esteem because even though you know, you still jump into it. You still continue it because maybe you like the person. And even though the person doesn't really like you back, you still keep on going and going. So you're compromising your own self-esteem. Like you could be better, you could escape that situation, but you don't because you like it. You like the person or maybe you like the feeling. So then you don't escape because there's this feeling of it's okay, it's gonna be fine. I like her anyway, or I like what we're going. I like where we're going. I like what we're doing.
And you're hoping for a better days where that person like you back.
You're hoping, but then you don't really figure out that you're actually compromising yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really like, when you say that, right? I can see that you are really enlightened. And I think no.
What do you see me as?
What do you mean, babe?
No, what I mean is, it's so good that you have that consciousness.
Okay.
Because looking back,
I thought she was making fun of you.
No, I really feel that I was really a bad person because I didn't have that consciousness. But I remember because I wasn't the one who is the victim. Most of the time, I'm the one who victimized others. And it looks like you're winning all the time. But to be honest, it is not. I remember feeling so tired, feeling so empty, and feeling so beaten every time it ended. Like when I ghosted that person, when I felt like it doesn't work. I don't think this person, because there's a little hope to me that this person might be might be it, but I know it's not. But this person might be it. And when it's ended, I felt very empty. I felt like I'm so tired of failed relationship when it's not relationship. I mean situationship, right? I felt so tired. Why do I keep putting myself in it? So tired, so empty, so defeated. So it looks like you're winning, but actually it's not.
You feel like you're the better person, but actually it's not a question of how good you are, but of the power of your character, the value of your character.
Now looking at it, I need to say sorry to
See,
Right.
so like, should I say sorry to these people?
I think it's really, sitting in the pain. I think let's go back to a regular relationship. When someone breaks up, for example, it would be so weird if that person breaks up and, how are you doing? I'm fine. I'm okay. Everything is okay, but deep down you're hurt and you're just layering issues after issues. You're not sitting in that pain like, okay, this happened to me.
Yeah.
And I think hearing from, Eugene and you, babe, today, I think why you have improved so much, or the word enlightened today, is because you sit in that moment and you're like, hey, you know what? This is wrong.
Yeah.
This does not make me a better human being. I want to be effective. I want to make a difference in the world today. And it may feel borderline, or maybe it could feel like a full-blown imposter syndrome. Like, this is not me. Like, I'm a bad person. I'm forever a bad person. Who am I ever to think that I'm a good person? And so if you're not careful in what I'm hearing today, if we dwell long enough in a situationship, it hijacks who we really are, who we truly are. And then we are meant to be good, we are meant to be adding value into someone's life, but because we live in the situationship for so long, that hijack our entire
There's
character.
no space for growth.
And relationship meant to be beautiful.
Yeah.
And looking at it right, like hearing you just now,
Before that,
and me.
relationship is also meant to be painful.
Yeah.
And I think a situationship is about, what I'm hearing is avoiding pain.
Avoiding
Yes,
pain.
avoiding.
Saving yourself.
It's the pain that, like what, like what Lara mentioned, in a previous episode about how she had to go through that hard conversation.
Yeah.
And it's, think about it, babe, like we grow so much because of the hard conversation through the silent treatments,
But situationship,
Yeah.
it's like you have a choice not to have a hard conversation.
Yeah.
Like just ghost.
Or it could be like, oh, I don't have like that right to feel that because we're not in anything.
Yeah.
We're just in a situationship.
But it is
It's a pride
scary, you know,
involved, yeah.
because you say it's a trend, right? Like, you know, talking about it, I just think about my daughter because it's a trend. Like, why relationship being hijacked that way? I mean, we are Christian, right? We always believe that relationship, marriage meant to be good. It's like God created it,
Yeah.
you know. But then it's so hijacked by this like trend and everything. And I can see that the reason behind it is like people is pursuing and searching for feelings.
Yeah.
That's why you say just not dopamine,
Dopamine,
right?
yeah.
The ego, like that's why
Oxytocin, something
when
like
you
that.
are in real relationship and then you started to apply this concept in your relationship,
Ooh.
you know that based on feeling, but the moment that feeling is gone,
Yeah.
that's why your relationship feels like sour and bland and stale. So this is quite scary. That's why we do this kind of conversation, you know, to bring an awareness and enlightenment
Thanks, babe. Yeah.
that, you know, this is where relationship is being hijacked. We want to say that relationship is beautiful.
Yeah.
It can be beautiful.
Of course. It's okay. My pastor here has been manifesting for me.
Yes. Chin, thank you so much
Yes.
for
Thank you.
sharing your story and also enlightening us. Is the word for this episode, right?
Yeah.
The title
I-
is enlightening.
I learned so much because I came in here thinking that situationship could be good, but actually it's not even good
Not
at first.
really. It could even drag out for like years.
Right?
Other people have 6-year situationship.
It's so
Man.
tiring.
It's tiring.
So now I'm gonna do this, guys. If you are in a situationship, hey, you are just one DM away or
Yeah.
email away to connect with us
And chin.
and Chin. And I mean, Caroline and I, we would love to connect with you and know that you don't have to go through this pain. But thanks again, Chin.
You're welcome.
That's all we have for this episode.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.